What's up, guys? Today we are putting the exhaust pipes back on here. So I did have to get new nuts for this because I did not have the nuts it came with. There's one still on here on the front. I don't know who put this on here backwards like this, but I'll see if I can get that off of there. First thing we're going to do is we're going to pull out the old gaskets. I already kind of started picking at them. But I'm going to get something to kind of pry that out of there, and we're going to work on that. These are the tools of today, well, at least starting out. Got some mini pliers and a couple picks. We're just going to try to get that picked out of there. And I've already started kind of pulling it away. I'm just going to get my pick in there and kind of work this stuff out. Kind of hard to see in there. Here, I'm going to keep pulling away at this and we'll jump back in. Alright, once I got two hands on it, it pulled out pretty easy. Who would have thought? So I do have a new gasket. I'm going to clean this up a little bit before we put the new one on. Let's move on to that second gasket. And that one came out pretty easy. Yep. Trash. Same thing for this side. I'm going to clean it up a little bit before I put that new gasket on. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get this nut off of here. I'm hoping that it's not cross-threaded the way that it's backwards on here, but we're going to find out. So we're getting an adjustable on here. It's a super frustrating angle to work with because I can't get at it from this way because of the flange on here. So the only way I can get to it is from back here. And I've only got so much room. So I'm having to go in real small increments. But we're not locked up. It's moving. So, bright side and everything. But I'm going to keep working on this and we'll jump back in when I got it off. Alright. So we got this bad boy off. I think I'm going to have to retain this one. Because I lost one of the new ones I bought. So, we still got 4. And an update on the starter situation, I did find a plate for this, and I got it ordered. It's a push-button plate, so I'll still be able to do that as like a backup instead of using the starter switch. I am going to be rewiring the handlebars with a new switch, so if that doesn't work for whatever reason, I've got a backup. And then I've got plans to set up something with a lever. I just need to make sure I'm clearing this plate or going this way or this way. But it's going to be something custom fabricated, so I can make it go pretty much any way I want to. These are the exhaust gaskets. I bought it in a pack of like 8. I got this bag and another bag, just in case I have any issues and need to replace one, or if I lose one. Yeah, and I've already given 2 away to my buddy that I swapped exhaust with, so he could get his new one installed. Yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. For tools, I'm just using a ratchet with a 1/2-inch socket on it, at least for now. We'll see if I need more later. So I'm just going to slide my gaskets right in there. I've already cleaned this all up. I'm just going to let that sit, and then we're going to move our pipes into place after I put on the front gasket. I want to point out these are tapered, so on the one side you see it's really thin. On the other side it's pretty wide. The wide part goes inside and that fits against the pipe like that. Alright, so after some finagling, I got the first 2 nuts on here. And I want to note that I can take these apart I just don't feel like it. So that would make things a little bit easier. I could get them on individually and then bolt them back together. There's a bolt across the back part here, holding them together. And that's the case with like most exhaust pipes. You can usually take them apart, install one, then the other. But I like to make things difficult, so we're gonna do that. So now that the back is on loosely, I didn't crank it down. I'm gonna go ahead and put the front two nuts on. So I went ahead and threw in an extension into the mix, just because that's really deep in there and my fingers are too fat to get in there and put a nut in, so we're gonna use that extension and get this cranked down. So I had to rig this up a little bit. This is a little bit too deep, so if I put the nut in there and then try to thread it on, it's too far back in the socket. So I'm just gonna throw another nut in there just to kind of lift it up. It's kind of a bit of a spacer, and then I'm just gonna put the nut that I'm using right in the edge there, and then use that to thread it on. So I swapped out for my torque wrench. I've got this set to about 17 foot-pounds. I believe the spec is like 15 to 18, so we're just gonna go with 17. And I'm not gonna make you watch me do all four of these, but we're just gonna go through one. Crank it down until we get the click. Oh, there it goes. You'll hear it too. Click. Alright, now I'm going to do the front, and then I think that's it. Alright, so that's our exhaust installed. Ready to go. So next, I need to put the throttle cables back on to the carburetor. And I'm going to get the gas tank wiped down and fill it up with gas, and well, install it and fill it up with gas. And then I'm going to do an oil change, and I'm going to set the clutch and make sure I've got change the primary oil as well. Before I can ride, I'm going to have to figure out this mess of junk here. I'll probably have to just fabricate something real quick, a little electronics box or something to just keep this out of the tires. And then also I'm going to redo the tires, not redo these tires, but install the new tires I have, which also have the new wheels. So I might just do like one quick around the neighborhood with these bald boys here, but we'll see how I'm feeling on the day of, because that's pretty bald. Yeah, if you like what you've seen so far, give me a like. If you got any questions, you got any concerns, you got anything you just want to say, lay down a comment, and go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well. And let's get this bike built. Oh yeah, that's another thing I gotta do. This is for the rear brake. We'll figure that out next time. Thanks for watching.